February 13, 1932, to a young Mexican couple, a baby girl was born. Her mother had previously attended a Presbyterian church boarding school in Mexico when she was a little girl. The mother eventually became a pharmacist, and the baby girl's father, a Baptist minister. The baby girl had 3 siblings. One became a registered nurse, one a physical therapist, and one a psychiatrist. The little girl moved to Santa Barbara in 1945, attended public schools, and eventually graduated from what was then known as the Santa Barbara State Teachers College, which was on the Riviera. She became a student teacher in 1953, and for the next 44 years, she was an elementary school teacher at Harding School on the west side of Santa Barbara. She joined the Presbyterian Church in 1968 and was very involved in all ways. She was an elder, a deacon, she worked with a youth group, she went on mission trips, and did a variety of things during her 57 years as a member. Loida Marquez died in February at age 93. She's now in her heavenly home. I was Loida's lawyer for many years and prepared the living trust that she had signed. And in that trust, she provided that the church would receive a gift of $10,000. And I have that check here this morning. Loida loved First Presbyterian Church, and other than the inheritance to her children, this is the only outside gift that she made. Gifts such as this are vital to the long-term financial health and prosperity of our church and to strengthen its ongoing work. Loida made the gift unconditional, so it will go to the 1869 Memorial Fund that Peter Buehler spoke about 2 weeks ago. This is an endowment fund that our church uses the income from the fund each year for church's needs, since the annual amount pledged is insufficient for the church's expenses. If the fund becomes large enough, it can then become self-perpetuating and theoretically will last forever, the same duration that we want for this church. Over the years, the fund has been built up by bequests of faithful stewards, both members and friends, who have chosen to provide a gift to this church through their will or living trust or IRA account. Just as stewardship giving is a chance to give back to God a portion of our annual income, bequests to this church at the end of life provide a means to share the accumulated gifts that God has provided us, which support the ongoing ministry of the church. Loida was a quiet lady in life, but loud in her love for this church and was committed to it, and her gift is a demonstration of this commitment. Gift giving is at the heart of the Christian faith, and the Old Testament makes it clear that God's people must recognize the temporal nature of possessions. What we have was given to us and eventually will pass to another. The faithful make sure that some of this is given back to God. We do not have the option of true ownership, and we really cannot take it with us. Loida's faith, her religion, and First Presbyterian Church were very important to her, and she considered her affiliation with this church one of the defining characteristics of her identity. I hope that Loida's example will inspire others to remember the church in a similar way and to embrace the words spoken by Jesus in Luke 10, where he said, "Go and do likewise." So this morning we honor Loida Marquez, We thank God for her. We give thanks to her generosity and devotion to this church. I hope we will all be remembered in a similar way. Amen.